If something happens to that dog, I will jump through the screen and go John Wick. I'm just saying. Hey everybody, and welcome to another movie night. I'm Jackie, and today we are starting a new series, Masters of the Air. Now this one has been on my radar for a while because to my understanding it is the second companion series to the HBO miniseries Band of Brothers, the first one being The Pacific, which came out a number of years ago, at least to my understanding. And up until recently, I had never seen Band of Brothers. I had heard nothing but amazing things about it. I wanted to watch it for a long time, and I had had it requested so many times. So with Masters of the Air coming up, it seemed like the perfect time to watch Band of Brothers, and I recently caught up on that series. If you're curious to watch that, the full series is on Patreon, and I'll be dropping those reactions on YouTube week to week alongside Masters of the Air, so don't forget to check those out. But as far as this series, I've avoided any kind of spoilers. I haven't watched any trailers. I wanted to go into it as blind as I possibly could. Even though this is Apple TV, I do believe it's the same producers. It was Steven Spielberg and Tom Hanks that did Band of Brothers and The Pacific. So considering the quality that we've seen from Band of Brothers, and that Apple TV's actually put out some pretty good stuff. You guys know that I am a diehard Ted Lasso fan. The little believe mug. I have high hopes for this. I'm gonna try really hard not to compare it to Band of Brothers because I would like to be able to just appreciate it for itself, but I think it's going to be inevitable to a certain degree. As far as who's in it, I know it's Austin Butler, who has been really fascinating to watch. My first experience with him was on the CW, The Carrie Diaries. I know he had a bit of a teen career before his career changed, and it's been interesting to see him get to do more things like Elvis and now obviously Masters of the Air. I also believe that Barry Keoghan is in this, who again is everywhere and absolutely phenomenal. So again, trying not to go into this with expectations, but I do have high hopes. And having just finished watching Band of Brothers, absolutely phenomenal, unbelievable series that it was. We'll see. We'll see. So we are going to be watching the first 2 episodes today because they dropped both on Apple TV at the same time. So I hope you enjoy that. Again, if you're a fan of Band of Brothers, which I'm assuming most of you are if you're watching this, I have the entire series of Band of Brothers available on Patreon right now, and those reactions will be dropping week to week here on YouTube alongside Masters of the Air. So in just a moment, we're going to get into that. But before we do, as always, please don't forget to like this video if you enjoyed it. Drop me a comment. Let me know your thoughts on Band of Brothers, Masters of the Air, all of it. I want to hear all of your experiences. I love hearing your guys' thoughts. Redder is better, so hit what may or may not be a big red subscribe button depending on your browser, and check me out on Patreon for the full-length version of this reaction as well as all of my other content. Links to my Instagram and other socials are in the description box below, so with all of that out of the way, thank you for watching. I appreciate all of you. Let's get into Masters of the Air, Episode 1.
2 more. Coming right up.
Bucky's got all the luck.
Bucky? I will try to refrain from making Winter Soldier jokes.
Lucky bastard's shipping out tomorrow. He's gonna be a stone's throw away from the crowd, so the rest of us will still be flying practice missions over Nebraska.
So you're Bucky and he's Buck?
That's a long story.
What?
I don't know if John Egan's the pen pal type.
Maybe if you met a girl worth writing to, he would be.
Anyone else thinking Mulan right now?
I see what you mean.
So you're happy?
Well, I already have.
What?
What's it say?
Well, you have to wait and find out.
Oh, you're so smooth.
Our new air exec.
All the drunks in the 100th.
Well, someone's got to make a nest for the rest of you dodos.
Well, they met in basic training before the war started.
Okay.
Bucky here, he's not deterred. No, sir. It's just Buck this, Buck that. Buck, can you help me tie my shoes? Buck, help me fly this plane.
Help me fly this plane.
What kind of a name is Gail anyway?
No!
Ask PETA?
You give me the same name as
It's not exactly the same name, and it's not my fault. You look exactly
It's
like
pretty darn close.
Buck.
As someone named Jackie who used to get sat by the kid named Jack, it's really close.
I am amazed that we're friends. You don't like to dance with a beautiful woman. You don't drink. You don't gamble. You like sports.
Okay, with a little bit of Winters thrown in.
Someone's gonna taste a little combat. Tell you what it's really like up there.
Don't you die on me before I get over there.
Don't say things like that. Don't say things like that.
Now! Let's get this fire out! Come on, faster! Come to help us!
What did I say?
Okay, leveling out! Almost there!
Okay.
Dead ahead! Oh, shit! Fire to navigator! We gotta head back! We need a new heading!
Did he get shot? Oh my god. Way to throw us into the deep end after a nice chill bar scene.
I'm not gonna make it, Buck.
Oh my god.
Come on, stay with me. We're heading home.
Hang in there.
Keep breathing.
Oh my god.
It's a hell of an observation mission, Major.
Are they all like that?
Yeah.
You wonder what to tell your guys? Don't say anything. I'll figure it out. We all do.
You have to learn it. Yeah, it's not something you can be told. You have to experience it to know. Observation. Gee. Holy cow, what an intro. Holy cow. Well, this is gorgeous. The production value on this is already spectacular. From what I understand, they had a huge budget for this series. Yeah, there's Barry Keoghan. It's so funny because I just watched, or just posted Top Gun Maverick recently. I've kind of had Flyboys on the brain. So it's kind of going to be interesting to go back through sort of the history of Flyboys. Because I feel like that personality hasn't changed much. This is beautiful. Yep, this is stunning. Different vibe from Band of Brothers, but I would expect it to. Oh my goodness! It's, I can't think of his name. From Sex Education. I love him.
Most of us had never traveled far from home, let alone flown in an airplane. They came from every corner of the country with a common purpose, to bring the war to Hitler's doorstep.
Landing instructions, please.
Army 233 Flight Blondie Tower. Continue for runway
I hear
6,
suspense
clear
music.
to land.
I hear suspense music.
990.
It's a little breezy.
Breezy? In Bama, we call that a hurricane.
Hell of a crosswind. Gusts increasing, fellas. Be careful.
This is suspense
Might
music.
want
This
to
is
circle
suspense
around,
music. I don't
Major.
like it.
Welcome to Greenland.
Hell of a welcome.
It's gonna get bumpy. Hang on, guys.
I want to spit out that toothpick. You're gonna stab yourself.
Flaps at quarter.
Hang on tight.
Flaps at half.
Flaps are half.
So that's a lot of confidence in your own abilities.
Got it.
Calm the entire time. Props. All right. Well done.
Major Gail Clevin was the commander of the 350th. He and Major Egan were the unquestioned leaders of our entire group.
Okay.
Bombardiers James Douglas and Howard Hamilton were from the Midwest.
And bone.
Major.
Yep.
Who's narrating?
My best friend, Joe Bubbles Payne, and I were navigators, so location was important to us. Where are you from? We gotta put a pin in it. Bubbles and I were, keeping the tradition alive.
Oh, that's cool.
Casper, Wyoming.
Cowboy State, huh?
Ah,
You were the first, Major.
How about that?
that's cool.
Whatever he said, I didn't do anything wrong.
No, he just wanted me to give you this. Said it's a replacement.
A replacement? For?
And how exactly is this supposed to be a replacement?
Sergeant, I don't know what went on, but he told me that should make up for it.
What?
Broken narwhal tusk? He pulled it down off the wall, pretended to be a unicorn. Ripped 2 of my couches, broke almost every glass in the bar.
Oh my god. That's funny.
Now, I played everyone. And you Irish are about as good at hitting that bullseye as you are at hammering your nails.
Oh!
I don't know why you're laughing. Your English ain't much better. Tommy here is the best damn dart slinger in the whole of East Anglia.
You'll lose an eye.
Oh, I won't. I trust Tommy.
Oh no. Oh dear. Please don't be doing what I think you're doing.
Come, Tommy.
Okay. Okay, Ted Lasso. Oh, he got his kiss. And a little bit more.
But somehow we were separated from the rest of our group in the cloud. Tough enough with zero visibility, but I had another problem. Uncontrollable air sickness.
Oh, oh.
We got a gremlin in the electrical. Give us a
Holding pattern.
A gremlin?
Your stomach's gotta be as empty as our fuel tank.
Yeah.
Oh, poor guy. Oh dear.
Oh, gosh darn it, Cross.
I'm sorry.
It's all over me. Give me a rag. I'm sorry.
Oh, God.
Is that the coast of England? Crosby, that's England, right?
Right? Right?
We shouldn't be over water, Lieutenant.
Wait, what? Were you too busy puking that you sent us to the wrong place?
Oh, good Lord in heaven.
Oh God, where are we?
Bitch, that's France! Pilots and crew, back ahead! Hold on!
Oh my God. Ooh, yeah, turn around and get out. Hope they don't see you. Just back away slowly. Just back away slowly.
Thanks for the bikes.
I'll get you next time.
Good humor about it. I appreciate that. I like how reverently they're shooting the airplanes, these low angles, and just the way that they are propping them up as these incredible... Puppy! Oh my God, it looks like the dog I had growing up. We had two huskies growing up. One was all white, one is black and white. Ah!
Major, where'd you get that dog, Benny?
I want him a craps. He's got a mask. It cost me $3, but boy, he loves to fly.
Aww! It's the cutest thing I've ever seen.
Got a name?
Meatball.
Welcome to the 100th, Meatball.
Oh my God.
All right, it's a 20-minute walk from the quarters to the mess. I figure you'll buzz past a bunch of guys crawling through the rain on their way to dinner. You'll come round and say thank you, Bucky.
Aww. It's a really nice gesture. Oh dear.
Well, there's Brady.
Oh, okay.
Okay, let's check the landing
I
gear.
was like, is that a plane that's not supposed to be here? This is the one that's running late because they accidentally detoured to France. Better late than never.
Negative on right. Fuck.
What?
won't come down.
Blum, get on the manual crank.
Uh-oh. This poor plane. Just one issue after another.
Out of the way, come on.
Got it?
Yeah.
More suspense music.
Bring the left landing gear up.
Sure.
Yeah. We got
Say
a
what
better
now?
shot of walking away from a belly landing with you on one wheel.
Pilots and crew, prepare for crash landing.
This poor plane. Yeah, on the grass instead of on the runway. Makes sense. The soundtrack is spectacular. Oh my goodness. Ooh. Yeah.
Hey, get out! Everybody out!
Oh God. Is the plane gonna explode or something? Huh.
Easy deal.
Well, that got my heart rate up. That poor plane.
You should be able to, I don't know, find England.
In theory, that would be a basic requirement for a navigator.
Well, you know what they say. There are two kinds of pilots. Those who have had a wheels-up landing and those who will.
Oh. Touche.
You didn't have to cover for me, okay? I wasn't covering for you. We had a mechanical failure.
Technically true.
Get a grip on that air sickness. Or get off my plane.
I mean, Yeah.
Close! You take the scenic route?
Literally, yeah. We stopped in France.
Want to tell me about this unicorn story?
Well, the unicorn's my favorite extinct animal.
It's also the national animal of Scotland.
I gotta be the worst navigator in the entire Army Air Force.
Oh, Crosby, there's gotta be somebody worse, at least for me.
Wrong side of the road, Lieutenant. Sir, welcome to England.
That is an adjustment.
Well, at least we get to tell them which direction to point the plane.
See you, bud.
Normally the direct route, in your case, the scenic route.
The budget on this is phenomenal. My goodness. My goodness. Okay. Oh my god. What is it with everyone puking in this episode? But also he's puking up blood. That's concerning.
Within days, they woke us up for our first mission.
Oh dear.
There was always a special breakfast on mission days. Eggs, French toast, flapjacks, double rations of bacon, fresh grapefruit juice, and a couple of cups of GI coffee.
Oh my god, last meal.
The men would come to call it the Last Supper.
Yep. It's like the ice cream on D-Day. Is that?
Oh, shit, he spilled the sauce.
It is! There are a lot of faces I recognize in this. I don't know all the names, but...
Is Meatball saddling up?
Lemons or Winkle, watch him. You don't want to go on this one, buddy, I promise you.
Aww. If something happens to that dog, I will jump through the screen and go John Wick. I'm just saying.
We will be in the low.
Tail end Charlie.
In a total wing strength of 78 heavy bombers.
What does that mean?
Guided by Würzburg radar, so they will be tracking you.
Taking notes. Hey, Barry. Wondering when we'd see him.
I like your aftershave.
Good. This is how close I want you on my wing today.
For those who don't know me, I'm Father Teska.
Oh dear.
I'm right across the way, if anyone needs us.
Comforting.
Thank you, Padre. We'll be sure to keep that in mind. Settling accounts?
It's my lucky deuce.
Jesus, John.
Take.
Oh.
I've gone on 2 missions with it already. 2 corners bitten off, 1 for each mission. Here I am. Take.
Aww. Shot of him in front of the chapel. I don't like that. I don't like that. I don't like that. Oh, that makes me nervous. Oh, it's a beautiful shot. This is already shot very, very differently from Band of Brothers. And that's not a bad thing. But the tone is incredibly different.
You drop bombs on those Nazi fucks, and we get to go home early.
Yes, sir.
Please.
Everything okay back here, Dickie?
Are you kidding? It's cozy as a suite at the Ritz.
We're blessed to have you on our planes here. I feel the spirit of God in you.
In all of us, pal.
He has some sort of oral fixation. It's always gum or a toothpick. I guess we all have our things that we channel our nervous energy into.
Fuel transfer valves and switches. Both transfer valves are off and switches off.
What is with all the suspenseful music in this show? It's making me so nervous.
Fuel shut-off switches.
Just that ominous drum in the background. Oh my god.
Pumps on. Fuel quantity. Good. All right, Lieutenant. You ready to start engines? Yes, sir.
A really common way to build suspense with sound is by using a sort of like ticking, because it jumps up your heart rate, it mimics a heartbeat, and it's fun that they're using all the switches and all the levers and the clicking noise from that to sort of add to the suspense of the music. It's really well done.
The B-17 had 12 machine guns protecting us from every side. We called it the Flying Fortress. It was important because if we got separated, the German fighters could pick us off one by one.
We can't have that. Aww. Aww. I love that, seeing him off. Aww. I like the heart. This is such a great moment. So many thoughts right now.
Okay, boys, here we go.
Aww. I love that.
100, 110.
Yeah, he just radiates calm. Just a very cool, calm energy about him. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh my god. Yeah, that'd be a little nerve-wracking. Oh, that's so cool. Oh, that's such a cool shot.
Engineer, roger. Navigator, okay. Bombardier, roger.
Best, pop a flare. Let's see if we can get into formation in this soup.
They literally call the fog the pea souper. That's so cool. They literally lock the flare gun in. It's like an attachment. That's so cool.
I can't see a thing out there.
Oh!
Holy shit!
Oh my god.
Jesus, that was close. That's Cleven's fort. I'd know that aftershave anywhere. You told him to stay close.
Not like that. Keep your eyes peeled.
Oh, this is gorgeous.
Formation's a mess.
That's not a good sign.
Engine 1, running rough.
Huh. God.
We have mechanical failure. I'm heading back. Lead is all yours.
Roger, Wilco.
Uh-oh.
Monitor our consumption. We're gonna burn a lot of fuel catching up with the rest of the group.
Oh God. This is stressful. They are really, really building max tension here right now. No.
Here we go. Flak incoming. Hold on, boys.
The contrast with just how calm they're being with the chaos that's happening.
By the power of God, trust into hell, Satan.
Yeah, I'd be praying too. That's an understandable response. Just keep going.
The heavenly hosts and all the evil spirits. Holy shit! Souls, amen.
Holy fuck, that was close.
It's no good.
Oh.
Sir, I am not dropping bombs if we can't see the damn target.
Fair point.
I'm scrubbing this mission. Roger.
Oh dear.
Zoot Suit 2, lead to Zoot Suit 2.
Zoot Suit. Oh dear. Oh dear. Just got quiet. I don't like that. I don't like it. I don't like it.
Flag stopped.
Why?
You know what that means, boys.
Okay.
Dogfight?
Roger that, Major.
Fuck it.
Oh my god.
They got Adams. Oh no. No! They got a bail!
I don't see any shoot.
God, these drums. Bum, bum, bum.
They're coming straight for us!
Jesus Christ. Oh shit. Oh my god.
Tell Cleven. The 349s are in a cloud bank. I don't see them, sir. Oh, fucking jammed.
Oh my god. This episode is literally the definition of Murphy's Law. If it can't go wrong, it will go wrong. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Tail the Cleven. Fighters are gone. I only see 2 left.
Are they? Are they? I don't trust it. Neither does he.
Pull turret to pilot. Sir, they shot a hole in the turret. I'm freezing to death.
No power, and then she just finally gives up on us completely.
stressful. Oh, what is it with the puking in this episode? What is this, Pitch Perfect? Oh, jeez.
You okay, sir?
Shut their traps, get to interrogation. Now, that's an order. Come on, get on, man.
God, these drums. These drums. This is really good. Oh, that light. Oh, God. Oh, my God. Oh. He's gonna take a moment to himself. Because that was his first combat mission. Oh, that shot. God, this is beautiful. God, I can't imagine how that would feel to look at the damage in the plane that you were just in. Oh my God, this.
I need to get you to interrogation, Buck.
Is interrogation like debriefing or something?
Didn't drop a single bomb.
I know. Let's go.
Wait, they couldn't bring him back? Were they a timed detonation or something?
Why didn't you tell me?
So you had to experience it for yourself.
You didn't tell me it was like that.
I didn't know what to say.
Yeah.
You've seen it now.
I don't know what I saw. 30 guys. Just... We got a long road ahead of us.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that's the end. Okay. Well, that ended quite abruptly. This is very different from Band of Brothers, and that is not a bad thing. That's actually a good thing. I'm really, really happy about that. So I haven't seen The Pacific yet. I do really want to watch it at some point, but obviously timing hasn't worked out that I'm able to watch it before this. But my concern, and I think I've said this in other videos before, but when you have things like spin-offs, reboots, this is obviously kind of a reboot, but again, a companion series. The trouble you have with that is, on the one hand, you want to live up to the original and you want to have through lines and consistency that makes you feel like you're watching something similar, but the new series, the new project, has to have its own identity. And that's, I think, where a lot of sort of reboots and spin-offs struggle, is finding the balance between consistency and its own identity. So going into this, I was a little bit nervous that it was either going to go too far in one direction or too far in the other. Either try to mimic Band of Brothers too much or go way too far in the opposite direction, trying to separate itself, that you lose what made Band of Brothers as good as it was and the sort of soul and consistency that made it so good. So going into this, I was a little bit nervous, and even from the beginning, this struck a very, very different tone. And I appreciate that. I appreciate that because this is different. These are completely different people and experiences. And one thing I think I mentioned during the reaction was the way that they were filming the planes. Because you guys know me, as much as I love the emotional experience of these things, my brain immediately latches on to the way that things are shot, the way that they're written, the cinematography, things like that, because I love those things and I appreciate those things, and those make the experience that much better for me. And so some of the things I noticed in this is, I don't want to say that it's obvious they had a bigger budget than Band of Brothers, but they used their budget differently, because tonally, Band of Brothers was incredibly grounded. Every single element of it was realism. The way that they shot extreme close-ups, handheld camera, very little music, ambient noise. The way that Band of Brothers was done was grounded. That's the only word I can think of right now, but it was grounded in realism, and it wanted you to feel like you were watching almost documentary footage rather than a scripted television series, because obviously it's based on reality, but it is still scripted. It still does have to be written in a way that works for television. This is so different tonally because we're up in the air. This is called Masters of the Air, and the tone of this entire episode led itself to that. They use music so much more. It had a much more produced feel to it, but not in a bad way. Because while Band of Brothers was on the ground, this series is literally up in the air, and you have to create stakes that way. But I'm trying to find the best way to articulate this, but just everything about the production on this was different and was more dramatic, because you are up in the air, you are flying. This sort of magic of flight is going to be very, very different than boots on the ground. And so the way that they frame the airplanes and shoot the airplanes is incredibly reverent. That's the word that just kept coming to mind the entire time, was the reverence for these machines and for the majestic tone that you get when you are flying. And again, the way that they leaned heavily into the prayer and the chaplain, and just again, I can't think of a better word than reverence, but the way that they treat the experience of being in the air. And I'm really, really struggling to articulate this properly, but it was just so different in such a good way. The music, the score was spectacular. It was so dramatic, and the way that they built suspense with the drums, the heavy, heavy drums, and very, very rapid tempo. Again, I've talked about that on this channel a lot. That's how you build tension. But the chaos of the dogfights, of not just showing the actual planes firing at each other, but one of the things that made Band of Brothers so good, again, we talk about being grounded, was the very personal experience. You're up close and personal with the men experiencing it. And so even though we do have these massive dramatic moments of flight, you are still grounded with the people that are experiencing it. Most of the dogfights, you're watching what happens in the cockpit, in the airplane, what's happening to the people. And so I think they've done a really, really excellent job of balancing the dramatic nature of air combat with the up close and personal experience of the individuals experiencing it. So again, I feel like I'm not articulating this very well. My God, I'm just struggling to find words right now. But does that make sense at all? Does any of that make sense? I apologize if it doesn't, but I will say I am impressed. I am impressed. I was thoroughly sucked into this. I love dramatic as much as I love Band of Brothers and got sucked into that. There's something about a dramatic score and sweeping visuals, because my God, this was shot beautifully. There's something about that that gets me, that really, really just sucks me in a completely different way. And so to me, this is just gorgeous and majestic and spectacular. And I am so excited that I get to watch the second episode, because I'm loving this. I'm absolutely loving this already. And again, I don't want to say this is on par with Band of Brothers, because that's not fair. They are companion series, but it's really not fair to compare them. But I am enjoying this to a pretty damn similar degree that I did watching Band of Brothers. So I'm going to leave it at that. But as always, please don't forget to like this video if you enjoyed it. Drop me a comment. Let me know your thoughts on Masters of the Air, on Band of Brothers. What's been your experience so far? I love hearing what you guys have to say. Redder is better, so hit what may or may not be a big red subscribe button depending on your browser, and check me out on Patreon for the full-length version of this reaction, as well as all of my other content. Again, the entire series of Band of Brothers is already up on Patreon, and those episodes will be dropping on YouTube week to week with Masters of the Air. Links to my Instagram and other socials are in the description box below, so on that note, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate all of you, and I will see you on the next one.